edition of Rawhide's Mom, presented by Hatch State Line Toyota. I'm your host, Jake Wetzel here. My co-host, Kaela Chavez, will be joining me shortly as we will get underway and interview the new volleyball coach, Geno Frugoli, and women's basketball graduate assistant, Charlisa Jenkins. So today, Kaela and I are joined by head coach Geno Frugoli. So, Coach Frugoli, how are you doing today?
Oh, you said my last name right. That's really good. That's a great start.
Yeah, I kind of guessed.
Good guess. Good guess.
So, Kaela.
So how did you originally get into volleyball? Like, was it from a young age or was it, later in your life? When did you start?
Yeah, I actually played football in college at UNLV, and I lost my scholarship to someone that came from Arizona State. And my girlfriend at the time was playing volleyball, and she said, "Why don't you try it?" And I was really athletic, but I couldn't get the sport. It was really hard for me at first, and so it really intrigued me. And so, long story short, I won my first tournament within 6 months, a doubles tournament. It's a local tournament, and I just caught the bug. And then my sister she saw Big Brother doing it, so she wanted to start doing it. So I started, I started coaching her and her friends, and that got me into coaching. And between the high level of playing and coaching, it got me an opportunity at a high school, which led to a small college, which led to a big college, and well, here I am.
So where are you originally from?
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay, because
I gotta say Nevada around here. They think I'm
because like in New Mexico, men's volleyball is not a thing. So it's very rare when we get like men volleyball players or even coaches. It's really rare.
Yeah. So I played in an era where we had a club team, but not an official university team. So I did play men's volleyball, and we did go play some official teams in Los Angeles and that kind of thing. But so it was uncommon back then too. But then we started men's volleyball in Las Vegas, which was really cool. And a lot of those guys got the opportunity to play. One of those guys was Casey Jennings, which is Carrie Walsh's husband. And he played at a very high level and stuff. And he started, when we got men's volleyball going in our town. And so, it's kind of the way it works.
Yeah, I know, like where I'm from in Pennsylvania. So the county I'm in, men's volleyball isn't like super big, but there's a few schools that have it. But as soon as you go to the county right below us, every school has it.
Oh, cool.
So they do men's volleyball in 7th and 8th grade instead of 7th and 8th grade soccer.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's really big there. It's just in the city where I'm at, it's more soccer based. Yeah. So what originally led you to come to Western New Mexico?
That's interesting. One thing, it's closer to my home. So our athletic director was like, let's see how easy it would be for you to get home. And we checked airfare and going through El Paso, and it was really easy to get back home to see my family and stuff. So that was part of it. Part of it was the challenge of coaching Division II, because I've coached Division I and I've coached junior college. And so this was the last division that I had left.
Other than Division III.
Yeah, I guess I could go Division III, but and I did a lot of high school and club and stuff. So that intrigued me to see what it was all about. And then being up in the mountains, I have a Jeep, and everybody told me I could use it here. So I felt like trying to be more of an outdoorsy person and just enjoy the mountains. I grew up in the desert. I moved all over the place, like Texas and all over the plains and stuff. So this was a different geography too, which kind of was attractive to me. So that's kind of what brought me here. But then once I got here and I met the people and I met the administration and I met the girls, the players, it just made it that much more sweeter.
Okay. So when you're going out to recruit a girl, what are you looking for essentially in a recruit to come now to Western New Mexico?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to have a certain level of athleticism. That's just, to compete at our level, you have to have a certain amount of athleticism. But once we get past that, you start looking at character. You want, players that really just love being in the gym, love learning, very open to new techniques and coaching. You want people that get good grades, of course, that just have good character because they're going to be out in the community representing you. So we try to do the best we can during the recruiting process to try to filter that out and make sure we get all those things in our recruits.
So obviously now you've coached a lot. Was that your initial plan for like what you thought you were going to be doing forever, or did you want to be a doctor? Did you want to be?
Is that your way of saying I'm old? I get
No,
it.
but
Well, you've really coached a lot. I get that.
Coached different teams. But
yeah.
was this what you thought you'd be doing?
Yeah, I at a young age, I always wanted to, do something like this. And I remember when I was really young, I was the guy that would get all our friends together in the neighborhood to go play at the local park or whatever, and basketball or whatever, soccer. So I knew I was a gatherer. I was a person that could go out and get people together and have a good time and stuff. And that naturally led to coaching when I finally figured out I loved volleyball and started doing that with my sister and her friends and stuff, like I said. So I knew it pretty, early on in college that I was going to be a coach. And I think coaching is a calling. I think you got to really want to help people achieve their dreams and their goals. And you have to be very patient and understand that, young female athletes from 18 to 22, they're going to make mistakes, and they're going through a tough time. And I personally went through challenges at that age. My parents got divorced during that age and stuff. And it was tough for me during that time to stay focused on school and doing the right things. And so I really enjoy this age group. Otherwise, I would probably coach younger kids or something, but I really enjoy this age group.
Yeah.
So far, where is your favorite place that you've coached before you came to Western?
I'd probably say Baylor. I would have stayed there forever, but I wanted to be a head coach, and I was an assistant there. But, when you go to a school of that magnitude, they have all the money and the resources. And so, it was fun to not, just kind of recruit all over the country and get those top athletes and play against all the top schools and stuff. And so, but I've had so many good stops, even a small school I coached at called Peru State, which is in Nebraska. Not many people know about it, but it was a really kind of just family feel. I was just at Seward, and I was very, very successful at Seward Community College. And because of the success and the team I had, that's a favorite place. So, I think you kind of make the most out of wherever you're at. And so now my favorite place is going to be Western.
Exactly. Have you been like hiking yet? Have you gone out anywhere?
No, I'm still looking for a house and stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm still getting my priorities. I'm trying to get the team going. I've done a ton of recruiting. I went to Tucson, what was it, last weekend, and recruited for 3 days. And so it's just been kind of crazy right now. And so I'm checking out a lot of the local restaurants. I've been through downtown, and I have a great graduate assistant in Grant that's been showing me places. So I feel like I'm getting around, but I haven't got up to the mountains yet, and it's a little too cold for me to be doing that.
It's really cold. I know you recruit internationally, as we can see. You're bringing in a lot of international girls. What caught your eye to recruit like internationally?
Well, it's interesting because when I was at like North Texas or I was at Baylor, we would get an international kid when someone quit at the last minute or something to fill in. And then I went to Seward Community College, and at the junior college level, almost all the top teams are all internationals. And so I had to switch my focus and really use the connections I built over the years to get internationals. And so with those two experiences, just being able to recruit all over the country, like at a place like Baylor and American kids, and then getting all the international experience at Seward, now I can come here and I can kind of blend both. And if you see what I'm going to do here this next season, that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring in, looks like right now, 2 Brazilians, 2 girls from Colombia, and then we're going to sprinkle in some American junior college players and the girls on the team and stuff. And I think we could build a pretty competitive roster doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have the spring season coming up, correct?
Yes.
So what are you most excited, like looking forward to in the spring season?
The girls grasping the concepts and techniques I want to teach. I'm looking forward to seeing, them excel in that. Like one of our players the other day, she did a shot that she never did before that we were trying to get her to do. And then you just see this big smile on her face, and that's why you coach. You want to see those moments and have those aha moments in your athletes and stuff. So I'm looking forward to more of that. And then getting to know the community around here. And then we're going to go to New Mexico State and UTEP and play them in the spring. And, just getting to know those coaches again. I haven't seen them in a while. And then, playing against some better competition that's really going to force our girls to get better. I'm looking forward to all of it.
So you've been with your GA Grant now for
Yeah.
a little bit. So what has Grant taught you since you've known him as your GA?
Well, I think one thing that Grant really gives me is a perspective of what happened last year. And he can also give me a perspective of the girls' personalities and stuff until I get to know them better for myself. And he also can help me with the processes and things here at Western and how to get things done, who to talk to, and all that. And so, I mean, he's been invaluable to me so far. And in return, I'm trying to get him to be a better coach. We talk a lot about techniques and things, but he's already very knowledgeable. Um, so, but it's always good to collaborate and learn new things and all that. And so, me and Grant have been doing that, and it's been a good relationship so far between us.
So would you say not to call you old, but like would you say like him having a younger mind and just kind of coming out of the college volleyball playing sphere a couple years ago kind of helps you brushing up on new things, and then you can teach him like new things the same way that you knew from when you just started?
Well, I don't know. So far he's been soaking it all in. So he's been telling me he's learned a ton from me. So he's been more quiet and just kind of learning. So I haven't learned as much from him yet, but I'm sure I will. And even the other night, I was looking at some practices from last season because we have those all archived. And that was really interesting to watch Grant and Hobie and Holly and them last year and what they did and what I felt I could do better or give them, a different perspective. So it's been really interesting so far. There's a reason why they only won 3 games last year, and we're digging into that and we're trying to dig out of the hole.
Kaela, you got anything?
All right.
You guys have very good iPod, very good voices for this.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
You notice that? Have you ever heard that? If people have been
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, you got a voice for this stuff."
Yeah, I took a lot of classes when I was at Penn State
Okay.
on stuff like this, so my voice just like overall improved quite a bit because it used to be really, really quiet on here.
Oh yeah.
Like I had the right everything but volume. I just couldn't figure out the volume. So now I figured out the volume and how not to be like monotone the whole time.
Yeah. No kidding.
I know Jake does the broadcasting too for us for some of the basketball games. He'll sit up
Oh,
there.
cool.
Yeah, I did a couple of volleyball games and I've done a couple of basketball games this year when our broadcaster can't make it. So it's really fun. I enjoy doing that a lot.
You guys could be like a suicide hotline voice or
Oh my
something
God.
like this, because I mean you're just so relaxing. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I need to go get help.
All right. I'm trying to think of how I can word this question.
Okay.
If you could add or take away any rule in volleyball, what rule would you add or take away?
That's a good one. When I played, and I'm going to date myself again, but when I played, it was you could only score when you served. And when you set the ball, if the ball turned about more than a quarter turn, they would call it a double contact. And now it's very different. They let you just kind of chuck the ball up, and every point is, every serve is a point. So there's a lot of different, things like that. But I think it's for the better because the game's going faster, and they did that so they can put the game on TV. So now there's an ending point. That every serve is so much time, and there's only so much time a match can be. When I played, we used to play for hours and hours because if you sided out, no one scored, and you just went to the other team to serve. And so I thought that was a good rule change. But as far as changes in rules, I don't know, probably the settings still. Like, I feel like the settings gotten really sloppy. And I was a setter in college. And so I spent a lot of time trying to perfect that craft. I wanted people to say, wow, he had really nice hands. The ball doesn't move in the air and comes out of his hands clean. And they just got away from that, and it's gotten really sloppy. And so if I had to change a rule, it'd probably be the setting rule to be a little more strict again.
Yeah. See, and I feel like
Do you feel like that?
watching, I feel like we get a lot of double calls, like both teams. Like it's like every other play. Like you're like, another one?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. And that's aggravating as a fan, I bet.
Yeah.
A lot of fans don't even know the rules. So what they want to see is this action.
Yeah, I can say last year when I was broadcasting, they one of the officials put out a yellow card, and I was like, I have no clue what that is. Like I had no clue what it meant. And we went like right to break. And I'm like, so when we come back from break, I will explain what a volleyball yellow card is. And then because nobody else knew what it was, the guy I was broadcasting, he had never seen it before. And his daughter had played volleyball all through up, and every game she'd been in, nobody had gotten a yellow card. My sister played, never seen it. until last year, and then I looked it up and explained it, and I was like, oh, that's pretty simple.
Yeah, yellow cards are okay. It's the red ones you don't want.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's like the same system as soccer, basically.
You'll see me get probably 2 or 3 red cards or yellow cards, during the year, because I feel like sometimes as a coach you have to challenge the referees just so your players know that you're fighting for them.
Yeah,
we've had talks like that.
I totally agree with that. I think you have to just show that you care.
Yeah.
It's not that you're just like kind of sitting on the sideline and watching it all happen.
But I tell people all the time that if you don't know volleyball, it's a lot like a football team as far as, you're trying to run plays to get holes so your kids can hit the ball in between the blockers. So you try to run plays in different tempos and stuff, just like you would on a football field if you're trying to get a running back a hole, that kind of thing. And so when people watch, there's a lot more to it than you would think, not only technically, but strategically. And boy, our team is really learning that now. I keep telling them, you got to think while you play. You just can't go out and react. And they did a lot of that last year, and that led a lot to their errors.
Yeah.
So what's the culture that you're trying to build here at Western?
I want it to be family first. I haven't got into it that much because we're still kind of trying out the girls that are here. And we're going to see who's going to stick and who's not. And so we'll start more of that this summer. But I really want the coaches and all the players to be tight. If you ever really listen to any championship season teams or coaches, especially in female athletics, they all say how much of a family they are, how much they really care about each other, how much fun it was with each other. So I really feel you have to build that culture. And I know they didn't have that here last year because I heard that from a lot of the athletes and even Grant. And so I want to build that family atmosphere. I want us all to care about each other and love each other before we even do anything on the court. And then I'm trying to get a culture on the court where they're internally motivated. They don't feel like I have to yell at them to get to do something. Like they're internally motivated to learn. And they're going to learn so much and get so much better that when they come to practice, it's kind of like, what am I going to learn today? And I'm starting to see a little bit more of that. And I told Grant, we're going to see it even more if the girls stay a little bit early or late for practice, or they come in more and ask questions. And we're going to slowly get to that point, I think, because that's where my old teams were. And that's why we were so successful.
Yeah. Anything else, Kaela?
I don't.
All right. I mean, we got enough. So I'd like to thank you for coming in and hanging with us on the podcast today.
Well, I appreciate it, Jake. Good job by both of you. I'll do this anytime. I don't mind talking. Grant will tell you that. So, but I want everybody to come out. We're going to be more exciting next year. If you've never watched a volleyball game, it's really cool because I think it's fast and these girls are great athletes. And I had a girl last year that could dunk a basketball, that could jump up and dunk a basketball. And so she was hitting and everybody's like, wow, she could really fly. So we don't have anybody like that yet here, but we got some kids that can do some special things. So, but if you come out, the energy is always good. It's always a fast paced game. I mean, you played.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it's, I want to, in this town especially, there's so many things to do and so many people have different, hobbies and things like that. But I feel like if they just came out and just watched a game, they'd really enjoy it.
No matter what type of vehicle you're looking for, Hatch Toyota State Line, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram of Silver City has the vehicle that will fit you.
By women's graduate basketball assistant coach Charlisa Jenkins. So, Coach Jenkins, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well.
I'm doing good, guys. I'm doing good.
That's good. That's good.
So starting off, where did you come from? What college did you play for?
So I played for Gardner Webb University. Then I transferred over to Hampton University, where I finished out my years. Graduated from there with my bachelor's in sociology. And then now I'm here at Western New Mexico coaching and getting my master's in clinical mental health.
All right.
So what brought you, I guess, to Western New Mexico?
My master's.
It's a fair answer.
Yeah. So I know just to get a full ride because I come from, not poor, but just the bottom. And just being here, what brought me here, well, trying to get a full ride with my master's. And while coaching, I was able to do that.
How did you find Western?
Well, the job was posted on the Twitter page
Uh-huh.
that someone requested to me, just basically saying this is where jobs need graduate assistants, head coaches, assistant coaches, and being an assistant coach and a head coach, I was able to get my master's for free.
Oh, that's cool. So, what originally like gave you that love of basketball then?
Well, the love of basketball just naturally came just from my childhood. You know, from the traumas that I dealt with, I needed something to get away from it, and by that I looked to basketball. Well, I played volleyball, basketball, and I ran track, but basketball was just something that I loved, and it ended up being the best one of the three sports. And then I just fell in love with it. I just been playing since middle school, shooting in the wrong basket, all that type of stuff. And then now I'm just here, and I'm very grateful for the opportunities, all the opportunities that I ever got through basketball and the people that I met through basketball.
What has been your coolest experience playing basketball? Like from any time, your youngest to oldest, what was your like?
I also feel like we need to put a video of that wrong basket in here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the wrong basket was crazy.
I think we've all done it.
The Rome basket was crazy, but I don't know. I don't think I had just one moment. All of it was I just couldn't believe I was there. When I played overseas in Mexico, I couldn't believe I was in another country with people that don't speak English. But it was fun. They actually loved me. That probably was where they showed me the most. Well, I can't say they showed me the most love because they showed me love all over the world when I played.
In Mexico, was it hard? Like, obviously, everyone's speaking Spanish. Like, how did you get around? Or
Well, I had two other Americans, so they helped. Well, they knew more because they were already there before I got there. So they taught me how to do the Uber and stuff. So we had to translate everything. We used Google Translate. So that's how we got around.
Yeah. Was it hard with your coach, or did your coach speak English too?
My coach didn't speak no English.
Oh.
He didn't speak no English, so the other girls that spoke just a little bit of English will relate to us. But imagine somebody relating all the plays and everything to you while he's in the middle of the plays.
Yeah, like he's yelling the play, like, and you're just like, what?
So sometimes, but overseas, they usually just let the Americans do everything, whatever they want to do. So
Yeah.
if you don't, if it's not to you English, then it's just do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But if you see other girls do it, all you got to do is look at it and just go repeat the same play they're doing.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's almost, I wouldn't say like being deaf, but almost literally, you just literally watching them do it and you just do everything they're doing after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Is practice hard?
practice, well, it was a lot of running. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot of running.
Yeah.
You definitely got to be in shape when you go over there.
Yeah.
Go over any country.
Just leave it. We're done with it. We're just leaving it. You want me to ask?
Yeah.
All right. So you just told us that your brother is now the one defensive player of the year for Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to tell us a little bit more about your brother and your relationship with your brother?
Yeah. So growing up, I mean, that was my boy. That was my role model. He started his sport way before I did. He started like maybe 6 years old, something like that. And I mean, we just grew up together making. Well, I would never forget all the time. He always bribed me to make him ramen noodles, and wash his dishes for him because we had chores. Yeah, but honestly, growing older, I'm just very much proud of him. Just coming from the lifestyle that we lived, we never probably thought that we'll be in the positions that we are in right now. Especially for him, being in his position, I can only imagine being rich. You know what I'm saying? But he's a very humble person. He's a very loving person. He's a very family-oriented person. All I can really say is I'm very proud of him.
Yeah.
Just being the only player in the NFL to get 18 tackles and 2 interceptions in the game is really good.
Well, and he's defensive player of the year. Like that's a
Yeah,
big deal.
that's that's good. And I can honestly say he worked hard for that. Nobody gave him that. I just recently stayed with him last year. He broke his foot, and he did not give up from there. And I know most people will, so, but he's a big role model for me, and he's definitely motivation.
Yeah. Was it, I don't know how, like, getting into the NFL works. Like, did he come from, like, like a high school or, like, college that, like, you get, like, noticed a lot?
Oh, yeah, he went to the University of Miami.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, I still say it. You can go to whatever school you want to. If you don't put in the work for it, you can't get noticed for, So that's one big thing. He's very humble. He's very passionate what he do. And his off season is crazy. He focused in all caps.
Yeah. This happens to us every single time.
Yeah, we just kind of sit here in awkward silence until one of us thinks of something.
That's crazy. I mean, we could talk about my 17 siblings too. I got those.
Yeah.
You're 17?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got 17 siblings.
Let's talk about the 17 siblings then.
Yeah, so I got 10 sisters, 7 brothers.
Like how?
I don't know how they came here. But I love every last one of them. My siblings are my heart and my soul. Like, and I just had a nephew, Ja. He was born on Rayshawn's birthday, which is January 25th. So that's a good thing.
Oh.
Yeah, that was really cute. But other than that, that's really about it.
Yeah.
And I have a sister, she boxes. Well, that's the one that just had the baby. She boxes. I have a brother that plays at Albany State. And I had a brother that played at Quincy University towards ATO, so he just went back home.
Are you the older, younger, middle?
I'm in the middle.
You're right
in the middle, just right there.
What do you want to, like, do you want to be a head coach after you're done with this, or do you want to go more into, like, your field?
I definitely don't want to be a head coach. Shout out to all the head coaches, though. I love the head coaches, yeah. But I don't want to be a head coach. I want to just go straight to my field only because, well, don't get me wrong. I still want to stay around basketball, so I got to figure out what I'm going to do. But I want to go on my field only because of like I said, my childhood traumas. My mom, she battles with mental health, so she's not getting any younger. She's getting older, so it's wearing on her. So by the time that she gets so severe that someone's able to help her, that's professionally, And I mean, not saying that I don't trust the other mental health professionals out there, but I'll trust myself better with my mom.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was kind of staring off into space
Yeah, I
for a
could
sec.
see that.
So far with the girls and everything that you've been coaching, what's been your favorite moment coaching them so far?
Especially like during the games. Especially our close games. I mean, they be giving me a heart attack over there sometimes, but those are just being disciplined when they come to crunch moments.
So, and then kind of building on that, what are you expecting for the rest of this season?
Well, I'm expecting for us to win, so we'll be able to make it to the tournament. Because, I mean, I went to the tournament, but just being a coach, going to the tournament, probably a whole different type of experience.
So I want to talk about your game day fits.
Okay.
Have you thought about doing like making TikToks like like game day fits like?
I haven't thought about it yet.
I think you should.
Yeah, a lot of people tell me that. I just had somebody tell me yesterday that a message was related to them, how I have so much confidence when I walk in the building.
Oh yeah.
With my fits on. First off, I spent a lot of money on that, so I gotta have some. Some confidence in that. But that's just for any female. I have so much confidence, and I mean, it's just funny because you look at some females, you're like, oh, she got a nice body, whatever. Not saying like I don't got a nice body or whatever, but I just have a lot of confidence when I walk in the room.
Yeah.
And honestly, when I walk out my house and I'm the only person in there with my feet on, I'll tell myself, oh, this not cute. Go take it off. But if I walk out that door and I look in that mirror and I say it's cute, oh, it's over. It's over with. I'm walking in the building like I'm the best thing in there.
That's my favorite part of the day when you walk in. You're like,
yeah, I got to.
Especially with the heels.
I got to. My confidence level is way up here. Like nobody can never take that away from me.
Yeah, I love the fits, especially the heels. That's like the.
Thank you. I think I got a show out there on Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to show some of your fits here on the YouTube video.
Well,
Yeah,
we
you're
got
gonna have
some
to send
pictures
us
of
some
'em.
pictures of your fit.
Oh,
We'll slide them
man.
in.
Yeah, we'll put them right in.
I don't think I really took no pictures like that. That's my sister be like, so you don't take no pictures? I'll be like, no, I just be ready to go show everybody the fit. I don't even care about taking the picture at this point.
I mean, we'll just take whatever pictures you have then. of
I
'em.
know. I have a picture of her actually, like from the thing. She's wearing her shirt was like bright color.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love when you wear bright colors.
Yeah. So Thursday, I hope I can wear what black and yellow with some yellow heels. I'm like,
Well,
all right,
who
cut
do you
another-
play? 'Cause
yeah,
Love
I
it.
tend to sometime wear the same colors as the other team. Can't do that.
are you and Richie gonna be matching?
Hopefully, if my
Okay.
guy's back from his family emergency, hopefully we'll be matching.
Yeah. Does Coach Pace match with you guys? You guys all coordinate?
Yeah, we try to most of the time. I be trying to tell them that I can't coordinate with them because they guys and
Yeah.
I want to be bright.
Yeah.
You know,
They're all let's wear black.
Yeah.
No.
I already wore black. I already did that, so I'll just like try to wear something with black or something in it. But no, it just come out. I gotta wear bright colors. I buy bright clothes.
Do you wear like the same, not the same outfits, but the same outfits like when you guys go away?
No, we don't dress up when we go away. We only wear like polos and I wear tights. And then they wear polos and they little slacks.
Oh shoot.
He wants us to be comfortable on the road, so that's why when I'm home, I gotta show out. Well, that's my home, so I mean, I
Yeah.
gotta show out anyways. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's
Yeah.
kind of nice. Just being able to like be relaxed on the bench and
Oh yeah,
just being relaxing clothes and not worrying about.
yeah, because my feet do be hurting sometimes.
Have you ever
but-
almost because like the core be like it's a different type of slick
Yeah.
when you're in heels. Have you ever like accidentally almost been like whoop?
No, I didn't. Yeah, and I don't want to because Coach Bates always like, "Oh, if you fall, I'm alive." I'm like, "Can you help me up first?" Because I'm trying to get up so fast.
Yeah.
No, I would probably laugh too. I would help you up as I was laughing.
Man, I'll be laughing while I'm on the ground,
I'd
cracking
be
up.
laughing so hard. I'd be on the.
I'll be cracking up while I'm on the ground. They're gonna be like, "Oh, she good, because I'm gonna be cracking up." But this is the most I ever had to wear heels. You know, this is my first year coaching, so this is the most I had to wear heels.
Yeah,
And I feel like I gotta slay every time I wear them. So
you do. How much have we got?
We're at like 13, so we get another like 5 minutes. We'll be good.
yeah, that's good.
What time is it? You know, for your work?
It is 12:57.
Oh, so we plenty of time.
So, but feel free to ask me anything. I'm always tell the truth. No.
So, what would you say is like your coaching style then? Are you more offense minded, more defense minded?
More offense minded. I just love the post. Love them. I love posts. I mean, I can get to the guard sometimes, but just banging down there in the post and just showing everybody how strong you is. That's me. That's me, and that's how I like to coach.
I was the player that ran away from you. I was like, I'm not stepping foot in that paint.
You said you weren't stepping foot inside the 3-point line.
Yeah. I'm not. I'm
Nah,
not
nah.
about to boom, boom, boom.
I like players that's actually physical. They like the. That's just what the type of player I was.
Makes sense. So you played at Gardner Webb in Hampton then, right?
Yep.
So what was your highlights then at each of those places?
Well, at Gardner Webb, I had a post that was Olivia Parker. She was in front of me. She was a really good post player. So I'm gonna get credit when it's due. So I had to sit down behind her a little bit, and I wasn't too happy about that. So that's why I transferred. But she graduated. But by that time, I wasn't happy that I sat behind her. But she was a good post player. And then I went to Hampton, and I had to sit out a year. So by the time I got there, it was a post player there. Can't quite remember her name right now, but she was pretty good too. But the last 2-3 years I played over there, then I ended up playing. It was the best experience I've ever experienced in my life.
Mhm. Do you think you came from like good examples of coaches for you, like to set you up as a good coach?
Yes. Well, me and my guy David Six will always bump heads, but he was my guy. He
Mhm.
was a really good coach, and just him being there for me on and off the court, just knowing that I was away from my family, I really appreciate him to this day. We don't talk much, but I still be watching the Hampton games, and because he's a great coach.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I had a couple of high school coaches, my coach Kathy, and everything like that. They set me up to be just good players and a good coach.
What city did you grow up in?
St. Petersburg, Florida.
Okay.
Southside St. Petersburg, Florida.
I've been to Florida one time. there a lot of like alligators there?
Alligators, hurricanes.
Like
Can't swim, so I almost try to stay for hurricane season.
I went there once after I graduated high school. I went to Panama City.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but I couldn't imagine like just like alligators.
yeah. Alligators floating around after the hurricane flooded the city.
I don't
We
even
not
think
doing
about that.
Yeah, that's why I don't try to be home during hurricane season. That's like the last 7 years. I'm always at somebody's college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In New Mexico, we don't have it. We don't have hurricanes. We don't have tornadoes. We don't have like really any like earthquakes. I'd have a heart attack.
Yeah, me too. Especially with the water. I'm so scared of like the
The
beach
ocean,
water.
the ocean freaks me out. Like how it's never ending. It's just
No, never. And then whatever else is inside the water is
Yeah.
crazy.
That's why I like living next to a lake.
even lakes.
A lake
can-
is crazy.
you
Sometimes
not-
alligators be in there too.
Not up north in Pennsylvania. They won't be that. But yeah, I know what you mean.
So what's inside the lake over there?
fish.
Fish, literally. Just
Big fish too.
yeah, big fish. I mean, sunken ships. Just
Are you kidding me?
yeah.
Tell me why when you said sunken ships, I'm thinking pirates. Like I'm like
There could have been pirates.
stop.
I can't remember. Honestly, there could have been pirates at some point on there. But yeah, there's like sunken ships. Like
are
all
they
over.
like big lakes?
yeah, it's like the Great Lakes.
Oh.
Dang, that's crazy.
That's I live right next to one of them. So
Oh.
yeah, Lake Erie's the 4th biggest Great Lake, but the shallowest. So
How when we're talking like how big are we talking?
they're the
Okay,
it's the
but
4th
like,
biggest lake in the U.S. I know that.
like is this can I see the other side?
No,
No?
no.
Oh yeah, we not going there.
Like
The other side is Canada.
Oh. Like in New Mexico we have a lake, but you can see across the lake. Like if you really had to, you could probably swim across the lake.
Yeah, there's people that have like walked across it in the winter when it's
Walked?
frozen over,
Oh. I was like,
or swam like all the way to Canada and stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
we not going there. That don't sound. That
oh,
don't sound
I don't plan on doing that. I know
That
the
sounds
ice will break
scary.
as soon as I start walking across
like
or
in,
melt.
in New Mexico we have like man-made lakes.
Mm.
So like
Yeah,
they-
we have those too, but this is definitely not man-made.
that's wild. So in Florida, can you not swim in any open water? Like, or you shouldn't swim in any open water?
No, you can swim in it. It's
There's
just,
a-
I mean, whatever come out the water, just gonna come out the water.
Well, I know, but I've always heard people say like, don't get in the water because there's like alligators and stuff.
Well, just certain waters. Like we got something on Southside St. Pete called Lake McGorry. Like you know, not to get in that water. They got alligators everywhere. I'm talking about huge.
Like, you
Like,
gotta check
y'all ever
that
see
out.
Lake Placid?
Yeah,
Huge Lake Placid alligators.
What's that?
It's a movie called Lake Placid. And it's like alligator. It's an alligator movie.
so the only places in Florida I've been to is Orlando and Tampa Bay.
Oh yeah, they got alligators too.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I saw them. It
Bush,
was-
I
You
like
did?
Busch Gardens
Yeah.
too. When you go to Busch Gardens and stuff
Like they're just
that,
on the freaking road or something?
they could.
yeah,
be.
they could be.
They could be.
There was one in I was staying at
Miami?
my like cousins, and one of them was just in their backyard trying to get into their pool.
Yeah, that's exactly what they do.
I'd pee my pants.
Yeah. Crazy.
I've never seen one like
But yeah,
at
no,
the zoo.
I've been to Busch Gardens down there. I've been to
And they be all
Disney
stacked up
World.
on top of each other.
yep,
Yeah.
been to Disney World. Been to
Alligators be
Universal.
stacked up on top of each other.
yeah, they're weird.
I feel like I've been living under a rock.
Hey.
I'm a huh?
If you're hungry and want a great deal, the customizable Super Slam is your perfect meal. Breakfast at Denny's is as exciting as a slam dunk. As a proud sponsor of Mustang Athletics, Denny's is as good as it sounds. See you at Denny's.
This has been the 14th edition of Rawhide's Mob, presented by Hatch State Line Toyota and Hatch Ford of Silver City. For Geno, Frugoli, Charlisa Jenkins, and Kaela Chavez, I'm Jake Wetzel. Remember, Mustang fans, you can keep up to date with us and follow us on all social media platforms. That includes Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.